104.1 KRBE. Let's get started. It's the Roula and Ryan Show.
Wake up, fool!
Hey, wake up!
It's about to get all stupid up in here!
Right here.
Featuring Eric.
Eric, he is a bad, bad man.
Special K.
The big red K.
Are you threatening me?
I'm waiting for you.
And Sam.
I am a wife! I am a wife!
You've waited long enough.
How the heck do you pronounce this woman's name?
Roula. And
Ding dong.
Ryan. 104.1 KRBE.
Good
morning, everybody.
Good morning, Houston. It's Monday, March 25th of 2024. It's 6:03 a.m. with the gang. Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam.
Yeah.
Hi.
Roula, Ryan, Eric, Special K, and Sam.
It's a big weekend.
Yeah, a lot of
Everywhere.
activities this weekend between the Drift Bar fun times on Friday and Benihana. Was that Saturday yesterday?
That was yesterday. I became a master teppanyaki chef.
Teppanyaki.
Whoa.
With
That's fancy,
a
Ted.
group of
Oh, talk
auction
about
winners.
this. And then Sam should be a master brewer.
I know,
beer
at
you've
this
been drinking.
Between that and Katie West Brewfest. How are
was
you
a
here
lot.
today?
That's a lot of beer in one
It
weekend.
was a lot.
How many did you try there? There's over 600. Did you try a taste of every one of them?
I actually, so it's a brew fest, but there was actually a lot of ciders that were there that I got hooked on a cider, and there was the wine grotto. So it wasn't just all beer, which I thought was really, really cool. But there's a new cider place that I'm so excited to go out and try. They are down in like Sawyer Yards
What's
area.
it called? Like
Nice.
Cider House Rules or something?
It's
like a play on
Cider
that.
House Rules.
Play on that movie.
I am drawing a blank right now, honestly.
Because you try
Too much
so
booze.
many. There's one after another. It's hard to keep
Yeah.
up. Did you take a
Insider.
picture of the bottle?
City Orchard is what it's called.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, so I just
You
got
normally don't
introduced
like
to them.
ciders?
A lot of times I feel like they're so sugary. You have
Some
to, like,
can be,
cut
but you
it.
can get the dry ones or the dry hopped ones. They have hopped ciders.
Yeah, but this
now.
one was delicious. Delicious. So I had a great time.
Was it weird? It turned out, you're so used to drinking beer.
Yeah.
I changed my mindset, but I'm drinking a cider.
No, it was okay. It was really good.
Ciders,
It was really,
I don't
really
think
good.
in my mind would get me drunk until they did. You know what I mean? I'd be like, oh,
You had 7 of them?
I can't stand up. I thought I was having some sour apple juice.
Yeah, it's a
And now I'm under the table.
And I was watching
Sneaky.
Special K be a chef at Benihana, and I was he's like about to throw the shrimp in their mouth.
Oh, yeah. Did you do that?
They didn't want me to aim for the folks' mouths. They gave them a bowl
Yeah.
so that I did not burn their face.
That's what I was
Oh,
thinking.
sure.
So they could
Sure.
catch
Good,
the shrimp in a bowl.
Right.
Liability, probably.
Because it's not really about the chef getting it in your mouth, but you catching it in your mouth. And they don't even do it regularly. They just do it in your hat. Or
I
his
did it
own
in my hat. I learned how to do it in
Yeah.
my hat. I learned how to flip the utensils up in the air and not stab myself. And the same thing with the salt and pepper shakers. I mean, I did the whole gamut of everything in front of everyone. I didn't think I'd be cooking the entire meal. I think they'd trust me to do it, but they trained me for an hour beforehand. And Chef Billy, he put me through the gamut of everything.
How
and
hot
then-
did it get, like, behind that thing there?
it was so hot that they brought me a glass of water. They're like, here, it looks like you're going to need this.
Now, the
Oh,
question
my
is,
God.
did you make the volcano onion?
Yeah, I did it. The little choo-choo train.
Yeah.
And then they gave me this little like laser doodad, so it made it look even more festive when the smoke came up through there. So it's vodka. It's vodka.
Oh, to make
is what I
That's
put
how they
in.
make it flame.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
they gotta have some kind
You
of
do the heart?
alcohol. Right?
Not only did I make the heart with the rice there at
Yeah.
Benihana, I slid my spatula underneath of it and made it go ba-bump, ba-bump, ba-bump. And then you flip it around and it's to make it say, I love you. So you say, I love you to all your guests.
Oh.
Now you can't look at the Benihana experience ever the same way again. You've been on the other side of the grill.
No, what I didn't realize is that when they flip it over and put the rice into the bowl for you, some of the rice goes over the bowl and onto your hand. That is very hot rice.
Oh.
Oh, yeah,
And
they
I
put it, they
just-
smush it.
Yes, and they smush it. They probably have a better handle on it because I was like looking around. I was like, I hope they don't charge us to clean this up. Because
Did you get nervous because you start with the first person, give them their bowl, and you're like, I hope I have enough for the last person.
Oh, yeah. Do you have to dole it
I'd
out?
be so scared. Oh, I didn't do enough.
Equally.
I ran out of mushrooms by all means, and so then I just cut off our promo person. I was like, "You're not. I'm sorry, Robert. You're not getting my."
You're not getting mushrooms?
No mushrooms
No,
for
no,
you.
no.
We are short on
You're
short.
allergic, right?
Yeah.
Shiitake.
But the amount of rice, y'all, it was like a dang tub of rice, and I'm like scooping and swooping and like good God. Then finally Billy stepped in. He's like, here you go. Let me. It was probably difficult to watch for
Get in
him.
Control.
And so, he came in and he did it. He got it all ready. But
How many people did you serve?
I served 6 people. So, 3 pairs of folks. And I even got to cook the steaks. And so I got that really, they gave me a really sharp knife that I kept in my belt pocket. So I was like, and got that knife out and went down the middle, and then down the sides. And the chef was like,
Did you make those sound effects too when you did it?
I did.
I could see you doing
The
that.
chef is like, man, do you cook at home? I was like, I may have swooped a knife or two.
Did you cook any chicken?
I cooked the chicken and put it in the rice, and I
Did
cooked
you
it
make
really.
the egg roll?
Okay, it took me.
I did see him spin it.
They spin an egg and then they roll
On the
it and they say
spatula.
it's an egg
That's
roll.
on my video. If you go to @Radio Special K, all these videos are there. And so I did spin the egg. What I posted was my successful time.
Okay.
The first time I messed it up and I cracked it all over the grill there. But I finally got it. So you spin it and then you get it underneath your spatula and flip it in the air and put it into a little bowl. And then I can't do a one-handed crack, y'all. I mean,
I've seen those one
I
where
got to draw the
they
line
catch it
somewhere.
with the spatula and it like lands on it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it cracks.
I'm like, man, those guys are.
Yeah,
fun.
they're really good. There's a lot of talent there at Benihana. So thank you to everyone, our auction winners, and to Benihana right here off of Gessner and Westheimer.
God, that's been there forever.
Sounds fun.
I remember going there as a kid. That location has been there for
Really?
a long time.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, it's been there forever.
I don't know where they have any other locations.
There's one downtown as well.
Is that
Oh,
right?
there is.
I've only seen the one next to KRBE because, this
spoiled,
building
we
is
got
right here for as long as that
back
has.
door.
Talk about food. Eric, did you see that video I sent you?
Which one?
How to cook a steak in 16 sticks of butter.
Oh yeah, an air fryer.
Did you see
Was
that?
it air fryer?
16 sticks of
16
butter.
I
sticks.
was
So
getting
you
sick watching it.
completely submerge. You
No.
melt 16 sticks of
Well,
butter
throw
and you
up.
cook the steak inside the melted butter.
And you know
That's
me, I
just
love
to make
butter.
a viral video, man.
I just
Ain't
thought that-
nobody who
there's
really
no
eats
way.
meat gonna
This
eat
is
that.
totally up Eric's alley. He loves steak.
We can try it Tuesday.
Ew.
No,
No, please.
no, thanks. I'd
No.
like to not
Please.
have
No,
an
I
advanced
want
body
to. I
scan
want
need
to.
right after that to make sure my arteries didn't
take-
just totally
Got that
clog.
Lipitor pill thing. I got it. I'm good.
Lipitor pill.
I'll bring you guys some.
Okay, thanks.
Doesn't work that way. But.
Lipitor. Well,
Yeah,
today
I'd
is
try
Megan
that.
Monday, guys. 7 to 7
Oh,
is the
yeah.
window. Every time you have it between 7 to 7, we tell you to call in. It's your chance to win tickets to her show, which is going to happen on Friday, June the 14th. And you're a finalist for a VIP experience at Megan's show. So that's going to be really fun. Coming up next in Celebrity Scoop, the world had gone crazy wondering where is Kate Middleton?
Oh, yeah.
And man, did she let everybody know and shame you haters.
And now they're like, she's wearing the same shirt she wore this other time.
Anybody who wants
Yeah,
to,
I'm like,
this
man,
is
people
proof
are
of
jerks.
if you want to believe something, you will not let up. It doesn't matter what anybody tells you. If the actual person is in front of you telling you, "Oh, I'm not dead. I'm not dead," they're like, "Nah, nah." What are people saying about the sweater Kate Middleton wore to tell the world
Yeah.
that she is battling cancer? It is so ridiculous that people will not just take some information from someone battling a terrible disease while
Have
they
some
have young
compassion
children to
or
just
empathy.
let the person be. It's just eye roll. But at the same time, it's what tabloid podcasting is all about. Here's your weather for today.
We might see some rain this morning. It's going to be a high of 78. Right now, it's already 70 degrees and 6:11 on the Roula and Ryan Show.
TV and all things Hollywood
Roula and Ryan's Celebrity Scoop.
on KRBE.
I want to remind you guys, if you're just waking up and tuning in, that today is Megan Monday. Megan Thee Stallion announced her tour, and the last stop is Houston, of course, H-Town. And it's going to happen on Friday, June the 14th. Today, between 7 a.m. and 7 p.m., we tell you to call in to win tickets for her show. You also become a finalist for a fantastic VIP experience, which will be really great. So just be listening for that. Also, speaking of H-Town, go!
Oh, my
My
God.
God, that game last night. If you did not watch that game, that is what March Madness, that's how it's
That was the only
defined.
good game of the night. All day they were boring. They were just blowouts and stuff.
195 in overtime against A&M.
But
and Memphis.
how did overtime even happen? When I got home from dinner with my family, I was like, oh my God, U of H A&M game, let's turn it on. There was a minute 29 left.
Well,
that minute and 29 was the most exhilarating, insane minute 29. I was like, I cannot go to bed in a bad mood. You better
They
make
were
this
up by
happen.
UH
10. They were
was
by
up by
10 when I turned it
13.
on.
And I'm like, to my wife, I go, man, if your team blows this, then they don't deserve
Why
it.
would you say that out loud?
And then she goes, Because earlier I said, man, all you have to do is keep them from hitting threes.
Inside voice.
I said that. The next thing I know, A&M hit a 3. I'm like, uh-oh.
A&M hits a 3 to tie it with 1.2 seconds left. 1.2
awesome.
seconds, and you think, just scramble in front of him. Don't give him a chance. This kid hits the 3. It's tied. Now we're like, oh my God, overtime.
And UH has 4 guys. And
all of them fouled out.
Fouled out.
4 of the top 5. 4 of the first ones. They're all on the bench. So you're like, oh my God, there's 5
all
minutes.
that matters, they
I go, how
gotta
does that
win.
even happen? Like, what's overtime even? I haven't watched basketball in so long, I couldn't remember how long overtime
minutes.
is. So it was 5 minutes.
Is that what it is?
Yes.
I was going to say.
And then I was
didn't
like,
know
oh
for
God.
basketball.
And that was late, Eric. My kids, we were going to put them to bed, and then I had turned the game on. Mistake. I should just put them to bed and then turn the game on. But now we're all involved. We're all standing there. We're all sitting there.
It was fun.
And then I'm like, oh my God, now we have 29 seconds left. Come on, just hold this lead. Because they were in the lead, and they ended up winning by 5.
Yep. And now they take on
Sweet 16 again.
They take on Duke on Friday in Dallas.
Yeah, nice.
If the players that got fouled out, can they play the next game?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's
okay,
just
it's
per
just for the
game.
game. Per
It's
the
just
game.
you
Got
foul
it.
out
Yeah.
for the game.
It's not like when you play soccer and you get like
Oh, yeah. If you got fouled out, you had
red
to like
card
sit
or
out.
whatever?
Yeah, you would have to sit out the next game.
Go,
Oh, my.
Cougs. That was
Yeah,
amazing.
that's why you don't get a red card.
yeah.
Oh, that was amazing.
You get a yellow card, right?
You can get a yellow card.
Stop being so
The
bad.
yellow card.
I always
You get
got
a
yellow
red card.
cards.
Yeah.
That's why when you have the red card.
Same
it
as
was
you
so-
kicked out of games.
Oh yeah. Well,
How
it's
many
funny.
times?
Well, one time the ref knew who I was, because he was like an old coach or something like that. And as soon as I stepped on the field, he gave me a red card, and my coach was like, "She didn't do anything," and we were all just like laughing because
just
like
kidding.
he
He
was
knows.
just kidding.
He
He was
knows
like,
your
"I know
reputation.
who this is."
Huh.
But I will be
was
pulling
like
this
her.
out in about 5 minutes.
Yeah,
I'm sure.
it wasn't that
know.
bad.
Dad joke.
Why don't we
You
just
get
save
2
everybody
yellows,
the
and that
time
means a red.
we'll give you the card right now.
Just go in the
Right.
car, Sam.
So go Cougs, yay! We don't know what time they played yet, though, do we?
Thursday night.
But what time?
Nope.
Like probably 7 or something.
No. It's Friday.
Friday
in
night,
Dallas.
Friday night,
It's
I mean.
Friday night in Dallas. They've not posted the time yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Probably late.
Whew! That was.
I fell
something.
asleep
Okay.
early.
Well, mystery has been solved. Kate Middleton came out in a video explaining why she has been missing in action since her abdominal surgery in January, and it is because she has, or at least has had, cancer. She has been going through her treatment. She said that she had an abdominal surgery where she thought everything was fine, and the testing afterwards showed that there was cancer, and so it's taken time to explain to their kids. And I want you to listen to part of her message because I don't know how much of this is because, the whole, I don't know if it was just America or was it the whole world. It was like, oh my God, what's happening to her? They're holding her against her will. The institution won't let her talk. This is why Harry and Meghan left. Where's Kate?
You had to
William's
talk.
cheating on her. Everything is happening and all these things. And so, for her to be like, well, just listen how she starts it because she's just, think about all the things that have been said about her. And she knows.
I don't remember what her voice
she
sounded ever
knows.
like ever.
And then she tells everyone to calm down.
I wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you personally for all the wonderful messages of support and for your understanding whilst I've been recovering from surgery.
Freaking out, not
It has been
understanding.
an incredibly tough couple of months for our entire family, but I've had a fantastic medical team who have taken great care of me, for which I'm so grateful. In January, I underwent major abdominal surgery in London, and at the time, it was thought that my condition was non-cancerous. The surgery was successful. However, tests after the operation found cancer had been present. My medical team therefore advised that I should undergo a course of preventative chemotherapy, and I'm now in the early stages of that treatment.
Okay, so she goes on from there because it's like about a 2-minute video. But the thing about we want to thank you for understanding. It's like thank you for freaking out, for all your understanding and for all this
Taking
conspiracy.
the high road with the.
Yeah, and also it's just so very proper, is it not?
Oh, yeah.
Therefore, that we're understanding. Anyway, so here's where the conspiracy people cannot handle. They just cannot take this for face
They
value.
are nuts.
Did you see the sweater she was wearing?
Oh my God.
It's white with black lines, like she's in a jail. She's a jail inmate. She's a prisoner of the institution.
She wore that when she did the mental health video with Harry and
It's her mental health that's under duress. Well, yeah, she's battling cancer. She's got 3 young kids. I'd say your mental health is under duress.
What's wrong with people?
Leave it alone.
They still think-
Leave it alone.
Altuve had a buzzer. People still think just because one guy on Twitter said it.
Leave it
Was a
alone.
Yankees fan.
This is so insane. First of all, I mean, she was being sweet and thanking the people because you're first and foremost, the only thing that matters is your family. And when you see those supportive texts or emails, that's all you really see.
But she has one of her kids-
you ignore the negative stuff.
Imagine if she came out right away. She wants to tell her kids.
Of course.
And at that age, they don't need to know.
And they need to know that
That's
you're
your
getting
own
treatment
private
to
journey.
Make sure you're okay.
And how
Those
you want
kids,
to.
we go to school and then other kids would ask about it because the parents would, or they'd see tablet, they'd see stuff. I know they'd keep that stuff away from them, but there's a way for some kids going to show them something.
Right.
A video or a copy, a piece of paper with it printed.
So anyway, there's a mystery, has been solved, and God bless her. Hope everything comes out okay. Speaking of U of H, I forgot to mention this because the texters are, we want Elvin. We want Elvin. Since everybody had fouled out and we're in overtime, they brought a kid off the bench named Ryan Elvin who did not play the entire game. So cold off the bench.
He never play. He plays like the whole crowd cheers for him. We want Elvin.
So they're trying to pull a Rudy is what they're trying to do.
And I think he shot 4 free throws
like,
the whole season. And I think he had to shoot I know he shot 2 there.
Shoot 2 in overtime when we are just trying to scratch and claw for like enough of a distance.
Up by 3, I think.
A&M can't hit another 3 again. So you're like, oh God! Even the announcers were like,
Rudy
cold off the bench, Ryan Elvin, because they got nobody else.
He missed the first one, and then he made the second
The first one, he got the second one, so we got a 4
good.
point little margin there, which was good. It's like,
But you make those kind of moves when you've got a nice cushion, a nice pad. That's when you do that. I'll let everybody play.
We didn't have that.
I know we had no
pad.
option.
But
We didn't have an option. That's why it was so stressful. We're like, oh gosh, what's this guy doing? Oh God.
Aggies I think they had 45 free throws. Did he shoot?
God.
That's what
the
game took
Aggies
forever.
did, or the UH did?
Aggies did. UH had like 19.
Well, that minute and 20 seconds
twice as
took
many.
forever because every 4 steps, it's like, wait, foul.
Oh, yeah.
Foul. I was
You
like,
just gotta
this
stop the
5-minute
clock.
overtime is going to take 35 minutes.
Yep.
One more little note before we move on to the next. Jerry Seinfeld is reportedly a billionaire now, according to his estimated net worth. He has made $465 million on syndication deals, another near $100 million with his streaming deal with Netflix.
Wow.
And he started investing his money beginning in 1990. His rep says, well, that's inaccurate because it's probably more. But I've been watching
He
a
doesn't
lot
want
of
the
that.
tax man coming.
Yeah. I'm watching that a lot of comedians in cars getting coffee. And these are old from like, what was the most recent one? 2019, I think.
It's been a while. He did a bunch
Yeah.
in from 15.
It's 25-minute episodes, maybe 20, but all these different comics. And they go on excursions, and one was with John Mulaney. This is pre-John Mulaney rehab. And it's like, my wife sent me to go get a rug. So they go do this bit where he's buying a rug, and Jerry Seinfeld's like, how much longer does he do this? Can we just go get some coffee? So he goes, am I supposed to haggle here? And Jerry goes, what? No, I don't know. He goes, no, I mean, there's one haggle here when you're buying a rug. And he goes, here's how I haggle. How much is it? And then I give him the money. Because you're rich, Jerry Seinfeld.
Jerry doesn't care.
It's pretty funny. And then I think it was Dana Carvey, or I can't remember which comic it was. Maybe it was Brian Regan. I don't know. Said, of all the billions of people that you could reach on Netflix and streaming and your repeats on Netflix or on TBS or whatever it is, all those people who love you, there's only 3 people that call you dad. And he's like, see, now you're trying to make me cry. What are you doing? You're trying to make me cry. Like, it is kind of true. Like, all the people you work with, all the people that know you, if you're like a boss of some sort, or you're somebody's manager, you're somebody's employee, if you have kids, there's only 1 or 2 or 3, how many children you have that are call you the name of a parent.
I'm going to start watching Seinfeld again because I watched a TikTok video of Jason Alexander, who played George. And he's saying, Larry David and Jerry Seinfeld, they wrote the show, so it wasn't 30 minutes. We were doing it for like forever. We did so many scenes, and their theory was they'd go back and they'd take the best jokes.
Yeah.
So he's like, you'll see me in the scene, and somehow I teleport over here. I'm talking. Next thing you know, I'm over by this. He's like, I can't watch it because they'll take my second line and my 4th line out of my little monologue.
So the continuity.
He's like, I felt like it wasn't me. He's like, I know I said the lines, but that's not what I did.
Did he show an example in his TikTok video?
No, that's why I want to.
But it's a brilliant show to watch.
That's why he gets mad. He's like, so I don't think he appreciates the show as much because he thinks he has a good line, but then they take it out.
Well, you know,
They
what I
knew it
learned
was
from.
best.
Yeah, it
but you know,
worked.
here's the thing: like with anything that you record, look what we learned from the Friends reunion when David Schwimmer said it made him crazy the seasons they had that monkey because they would have such a great line between the cast, like great camaraderie and a great line and a great delivery of the line. But the monkey did something stupid that messed up the scene. So to redo the scene, and we could never recapture it. So things that we don't even know we missed out on, it makes him crazy because he knows how much better it would have been.
What
if that
monkey's
dang
research
scene
shows.
got
People love pets. I
messed
mean,
it up.
it's part of my daily routine. I always have to watch a few minutes of Seinfeld now that it's on Netflix. And I can't wrap my mind around the fact that in 1 month, Jerry is going to be 70 years old.
Is he really?
Yeah, he's going to be 70 next month
This
in April.
weekend was going around the is 40 years ago that those kids were in detention in Illinois, the Breakfast Club.
How many years ago?
40 years because
Wow.
what's the guy that put the nerd?
Michael Anthony Hall.
At the beginning, he says Saturday, March 24th,
1984.
1984. We're all.
Oh, funny.
So I'm like, man, 40 years ago.
Wow.
Oh, that was the 80s, honey.
Yeah.
40 years ago. It's classic rock time.
Oh,
The
yeah.
Go-Go's are classic rock now.
Some things can be brought back, some things cannot.
Yeah. Coming up next, speaking of Netflix, what your taste in your streaming sites say about you.
And I'd like to know, right now, if you're listening, will anybody admit they like that turd of a movie, Roadhouse, on Amazon that came out?
The Jake Gyllenhaal.
And
Conor McGregor.
Conor McGregor.
I mean, was he that big a star in it?
Well,
Later on in it. I mean, he makes
What a
himself a star.
terrible actor.
His voice and the way he
Oh my
acts.
God! The way he
His
walks,
voice
he looks
does
like
not
you know when you
match.
watch a gorilla like in the woods or in the
Yeah.
jungle,
Yeah.
His
and they have their hands out like that.
arms are so wide, he can't put them down.
Kevin will like it.
Kevin. I told you his butt. You see his
Oh,
butt,
wow.
Kev.
The big line this week has been going around saying if you want to see the new Roadhouse, what you do is you watch the original Roadhouse first, then you go to bed.
And
That's it.
Don't
Kev's
watch the
making
second.
Okay,
it
so
up.
do you
I
want
mean,
people to call you about that?
Yeah,
Or you
or
want text?
Just text. I'm just curious if anyone actually liked it.
37530. Did you watch Amazon Prime's Jake Gyllenhaal version of Roadhouse? If you liked it, Eric would like to hear from you and then hate you. And
No,
also,
'cause the ending
what
was
your
just
streaming
terrible.
site says about you. We'll reveal that next on the Roula and Ryan Show.
I knew Eric would have to see this.
I wanted to
his head
like
would
it.
explode.
I just didn't like the ending, and I like Conor McGregor. I kind of like his character, but his acting was so bad, and the way his
It was funny.
hands were. It was
It's
just
on Amazon
funny.
Prime.
I'm an actor.
I don't like a
right
bad
now.
guy, not like because he's like the henchman,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
but like the main bad guy
the
was
premise
so
of this show
wimpy.
is what? Jake Gyllenhaal is a beach bar bouncer.
Yeah, he fell in hard times in the UFC. Something happened to him.
Oh, he's actually a UFC fighter in the story.
He was a UFC
Yes,
fighter.
something bad happened. So then he's kind of drinking. He'd go into fights. Like he fought Post Malone at the beginning.
Yeah,
Oh, he
Post
did.
Malone was
Cage
in the
fight.
beginning.
When-
Well, no, he didn't even fight
What?
Post Malone.
Yeah, because they're like, oh, I know who that is. I'm not fighting him.
Yeah.
It's the money.
Sorry, we're trying not to do any spoilers.
Yeah, we don't. And then
Okay.
this lady's like, I need you to come down to the keys.
Have people care?
Come down to the keys to help my bar because these guys are hooligans. They're trying to cuss them.
But she wouldn't
A ruckus.
explain like who was trying to kick her
Yeah.
out of the bar.
Here's
so
20
then you're like
grand.
trying to understand like
And like the main bad guy, he's a wimpy. Like his dad's in jail, so he's like, I got the yacht. I want to take over the Roadhouse.
Oh.
And then Connor comes out of nowhere.
it's a very good looking cast.
Yeah,
But you
I
would
imagine
not
it has
say
to
it's
be.
nearly as good as the original.
no. But it's if you're just looking for dumb fun, if you already have Amazon Prime,
Uh-huh.
watch it and enjoy.
But the original is just Patrick Swayze in a regular bar in a small town.
No,
or
I
a
mean it
big
sounds like in
city?
Missouri. That was in Missouri, like some
Yes.
little dump in Missouri.
Yeah, they brought him on because they needed to. There was
Yeah.
this local
security.
heavy who was really just causing them
I
problems.
always laugh at all these movies because like they have chicken wire in front of the band.
Yeah.
They're throwing stuff and like they're just fighting out of nowhere just to fight. And the band just keeps playing. In real life, that band would be like, hell no, I'm not performing anymore.
But they do
funny.
that. Numbers. I used to see Ministry play at Numbers, and they had the chicken wire up to protect the band because people would throw beer bottles.
Well, these people were throwing bodies.
Yes.
Oh, bodies.
Yeah.
Here's one
They
I
were throwing
saw.
everything. It was fun.
They were just
I
fighting.
saw a preview for you, Eric, that I think you're going to like because I went out. I actually got to the theater this weekend for the first time in years. Went and saw the new Ghostbusters, which, by the way, it was great. It was a lot of fun. Just
Made
enough,
$45 million this weekend.
just
good.
enough nostalgia to please the old fans, but it was really fresh and new, and it just was entertaining. It was really cute. But I saw the trailer for The Fall Guy,
Oh yeah, with
and
Ryan
I thought,
Gosling.
oh, Eric is going to love this.
Yeah, Ryan Gosling
Was the Fall Guy
He was a
stunt
stuntman.
guy
Yeah.
on
Yeah.
a set? And so it was like a drama about stunt guys.
Yeah,
Ryan
well, he's a
Gosling.
bounty hunter.
He was a bounty hunter.
Oh, he was a bounty
Yeah.
hunter.
He had a
said
theme
body
song.
hunter.
Yeah.
Bounty.
Well, I guess he did.
Bounty.
Guess he did
I
go
mean,
after bodies.
technically, that's true.
Yeah, he had a theme song. Now, I'm not the type to kiss and tell, but I've been seen with Farrah. That was his wife.
Funny.
Oh yeah,
This texter says, original Roadhouse, no other option.
true.
This person says, I did not like the scenery the band's playing. I have no idea what Conor McGregor was trying to do, but it was too much. And where was Wade Garrett? Who's
He's
Wade
got a
Garrett?
weird voice. It doesn't match his body.
Like he didn't have his side. Like I was hoping he'd bring his partner in with him. Like I need help because these guys are kicking my butt, and I need to bring in my former bodyguard, bouncer buddy that taught me everything. My Yoda. I need to bring Yoda in.
got it.
There's no Yoda.
Oh,
And then he's just like, wait, we went through all this.
Would that have
The only
been
thing was
great?
cool is he was with this pretty girl, and they were on the when we were in the Bahamas. Remember how we sit on that dune or the water?
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
The
Sandbar, whatever.
Sandbar in the middle of the ocean. Yeah.
They were on that.
Yeah, that was cool.
That's nice because you've been there before.
I was like, hey,
Somebody
I've been
said
there.
Conor McGregor's acting was so bad that I feel like he wasn't acting at all. That's just how he is. Another
Absolutely.
person said, funny movie, but I need to see the original to see what you're talking about. Overall, it's like a 6. Another person said New Roadhouse sucked. Another person said, I never watched the old one, but I like the new one. They did overdo it with Connor's character. Eric is never going to be changed from his
his arms.
original.
But Jake Gyllenhaal said it's funny to try and teach these guys to know how to kill you and fight. To teach them how not to.
Oh, not to hurt you.
Yeah, not to really hit people. They're like,
But
what am I
didn't
doing
the
like
fighting
this?
look like a video game to you?
Yeah, there was some weird shots.
Mortal
like the
Kombat.
weird. No, it was just the,
The
way
camera
that
was
they,
like you're fighting the camera.
Oh,
yes,
they're
like
doing
the angles.
POV.
Yeah.
Sometimes, and then just the way that it looked fake. Like
Another
AI
person
almost.
texted original. I'm sorry. Another person said, I saw it last night, but I just couldn't take Jake Gyllenhaal's character seriously. Such an odd choice for that character.
Yeah.
Yeah, real
Is
life
it?
Connor would make him pee his pants in 2 seconds.
Oh yeah.
Well, let me tell you what your your streaming choices say about you. This is on Amazon Prime, by the way. We're talking about the new Roadhouse with Jake Gyllenhaal. If you are a Netflix, Hulu, Amazon Prime, Apple TV Plus, Peacock, Paramount,
There's so many.
whatever. It's bad news if you binge, according to the scientific studies that have investigated the personality traits associated with our watching habits. People who binge watch TV can end up eating unhealthily, behaving in an antisocial way, and performing poorly at work or at school. They say people who are hardcore binge watchers of a show tend to be people with poor impulse control and a tendency not to plan. Some watchers binge up to 20 episodes at once.
No, I would not.
That makes
do
sense,
that.
though. You don't have a plan because you're just sitting there. You're like, I got nothing to do today. I'll just watch these.
I mean, if you're not feeling well, then yeah, why not?
Here's for the true crime fans out there on
There's-
streaming services.
There's a lot.
Half of Americans say they enjoy true crime, but it is women that drive the trend, with 58% of women enjoying true crime compared to 42% of men. We talked about this before with Sam. Sam, you like to watch a lot of this stuff. And what was the reasoning you said behind it?
She takes notes.
For sure.
You want to defend yourself?
She never
Yes.
knows. She needs to.
I
Women
could hide
chose
a body.
entertainment with female victims, which explored a killer's motives. And you're drawn to it to watch for warning signs and learn escape tips.
See, I do.
That is
think
why
that-
you're
that is-
watching this.
That's what you think.
What would you do in that position? How'd you get out
You
of
are
it?
a lover, not a fighter. But if you had to fight, you want to know how to fight.
Come on, come at me.
Yeah.
I'll get away
Come
from
on.
this.
Sneak behind her. Just choke her out.
But I'm telling you,
Hit you the
anytime,
elbow in the nose.
Yeah, it's like Miss
spouse-
Congeniality. Sing.
Oh, yeah.
anytime a spouse is unfortunately killed, they always go for the husband or the wife. It's almost always the case.
You mean as a suspect?
As the suspect, yeah.
If you watch reality TV shows on your streaming services, what does this say about you? Well, it
Bachelor's Tonight.
means you could be trying to live through these characters, and that's not always in a good way. The research was done by Ohio State University, and they found that people try to satisfy their basic urges by watching reality television, and that your reasons for doing so include the motives in your real life. On the positive side, you're often motivated by your own desire to be social, even for romance. People who enjoy such shows due to their own desires for status and vengeance, though, was maybe not the best idea. If you're looking for status and
The thing about horror movies.
Status and what?
vengeance.
Status and I want status and vengeance.
People also enjoy such shows due to their own desire for status and vengeance.
Horror movies, you get that I don't
like
drug
horror.
feel, like when you get scared and stuff. And
No, thank you.
Listen, the
I'm
kind
into
the
that
kind of
stuff.
exhilaration that I felt last night watching the last 5 minutes of the U of H A&M game, I was online and on Google it would show the score like 30 seconds before the TV would, maybe a minute before the TV would show the score.
oh, because it's behind.
So the basketball little bounce to the points. I'm like, oh yes, we made that free throw.
Then you see
And
it
then I'm
two
like,
minutes
wait a
later.
second. A&M just scored again. So it was really kind of crazy, but that exhilarating feeling, knowing you're going to bed with a win, I almost turned it off because I can't be in a bad mood. It's too late to be in a bad mood if they lose. And
A
I'm
lot of
like,
Aggies in a bad mood right now.
Hey, yo. Time for KRBE's Roula and Ryan show to tell you what's going down in H-Town.
Well, what Roula's talking about is last night's overtime win. The Cougs took out A&M 195 in overtime.
Go, Cougs!
University of Houston is back in the Sweet 16 for the 5th consecutive NCAA tournament. The Cougs will take on Duke on Friday in Dallas. We don't have a
8:30.
time.
We saw the time on
It is
the news
8:30 now?
popped up. 8:30.
Sweet.
8:30.
So
Friday
I
night.
want to say it's Central Time because ABC 13 popped it up. We have it on mute in here, so the one TV I can see is on ABC.
They're probably the last game of the night.
So fine, Friday night. Let's go.
Yep.
Go Cougs. Let's go.
All right, you might want to buy yourself a lottery ticket, guys. The Powerball jackpot is estimated to climb to $800 million for today's drawing after no single ticket won Saturday night's jackpot. Meanwhile, the Mega Millions jackpot grew to an estimated, listen to this, $1.1 billion after no tickets matched the winning
So
numbers on
if you
Friday.
won that, you're instantly richer than Jerry Seinfeld.
Yeah,
You're
1.1.
richer than Jay-Z.
1.1 billion.
Have any talent? You didn't
do
sing or
anything.
have a joke?
All you did was say, quick pick, please. Here's $3.
Now, the odds are like 1 in 293 million.
I just want
You'll
one
get it.
person to win it.
Oh, wouldn't that be great?
At least if someone's going to win. If I can't win it, I want one person to win.
Could
How
you
do we know
imagine if
that?
you won
Didn't one
both?
person win it last
A
time?
lot of times I've been lucky to have one person. I don't want like 5 people. I want one to get $1 billion.
What if one won the Powerball and the Mega Millions?
Well, then
so you
that
get
person-
800 million and the 1.1 billion.
That's a cheater.
That's
No.
a
It's
It's
cheater.
impossible.
That would be, I think that'd be sketch.
But that
Yeah,
has
I'd be
never
like-
happened.
No, hell no. Not for
Yeah,
that.
that's what they're drawing the ball. They're like, wait a second, one person won them both. I think that's sketch.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
Wouldn't doubt it.
That's what's going down in H-Town.
Okay.
We got to do, look at me now. We haven't done this in a long time.
Yeah, I need something to lift us up.
713-390-KRBE. You tell us about somebody who told you you won't, you can't, you'll never. You were just pushed down, but you rose up. 713-390-KRBE. Let's hear your great stories next on the Roula and Ryan Show.